Welcome to the Mediocre to Magnificent podcast. I'm your co-host, Braxton Matson, and your host, Lee A. Williams, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in because you are what makes this pure magnificence. You are the ripple effect of magnificence, and we are going to bring you a message that will give you insight, inspire you, motivate you, and challenge you to not only grow in your magnificence, but let you know that you are magnificent in everything you do. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it.
We're here, man.
We are here.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling magnificent. How are you feeling?
I'm magnificent.
That's good. That's good. We're going to have a breakthrough today, man.
Oh, I hope so.
We're having a breakthrough
Somebody
today.
needs a breakthrough, man.
We're still in Genesis, though. We're still in Genesis.
Why are you doing that?
I got to looking, though. I'm on 38, man. I'm almost there. I'm
almost there.
It's kind of hard when you go through. Well, I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's interesting because I'll read through Genesis, and then I'll go to Yasher. And I'm like, man, Yasher's got a lot of stuff in certain things.
It's got a lot, man.
I'm like, woo. But yeah, today it's talking, so it's Genesis 38. And this is it deals with Tamar, and Judah. All right. So, previous chapter, Joseph is basically sold off. He going to Egypt, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get this, like when I was reading it, so I got through 37, and then I get to 38, and then I'm like, why are we talking about Judah and Tamar? He doesn't, like, the timeline thing.
Mm-hmm.
It feels weird because then when you jump back in 39, Joseph is in Egypt. And I'm going like, what's going on here? It's like intermission or something. I don't know.
What just happened?
So when I was reading, I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. This is really interesting. And basically what it is that we were trying to convey is like there's a breakthrough when it's like uncomfortable obedience.
Mm.
So I can read it, but I can probably summarize it better. So Judah has 3 sons, all right? And he's got Er, Onan, and Shelah. So he's got 3 sons, all right? Here's the thing that's interesting to me. Judah left. This was kind of like the timeline when after Joseph was sold off kind of thing. It says that he left his brothers and stuff. He went somewhere else.
Mm.
He married a Canaanite woman. That was a red flag to me because I'm like, oh, well, I thought they weren't supposed to marry out of, that kind of thing. So it kind of makes me think, well, what's Judah doing? Like, why did he leave? Why is this going on?
Right.
But through it, he's got 3 sons. And then his first son, Er, marries Tamar. And it doesn't really go into detail, but it says that he was wicked and God killed him. Or, smote him. And so that makes it even more interesting. Like, why is he like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
And so traditionally, I don't know the technical terms, but when something like that was to happen, like his sons, he basically asked Odin, hey, you need to
Ensure
ensure the like lineage of
The bloodline.
the bloodline. So he told him that he needs to basically sleep with Tamar, marry Tamar, and you get this kind of feeling in the text where it feels like it's this selfish thing where he don't want to do it because it's not going to be his own.
Mhm.
And so that happens. He doesn't do it. God smokes him.
Well, the
And I,
vivid version is he follows it, but he lets his seed
you
spill on the ground.
right.
That's the
That's
vivid.
it's the yeah, because in the text that's
But
what it
that's
says, and
what
I'm like,
made
I was like, really? I was like, are you serious?
smote him because it's like
It's
that.
like you didn't follow in line with what you're supposed to do, so it's like,
But sometimes people think so. There's a lot of scripture that says, not a lot of scripture, but there is scripture that
right.
says, but you have to do your own due diligence and read that we do not give our children off to a certain deity. Now, I'm not even going to say the deity's name,
Mm-hmm.
but the connection for you is if we are doing child sacrifice,
Okay.
where in the child sacrifice do we say, hey, if I'm letting my seed fall on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
am I exaggerating the example and saying it's child sacrifice? Now that's for you to
Well,
take.
yeah, that's
But
an
if
interesting
I'm not, if
debate.
I'm
Yeah,
spilling my seed on the ground,
yeah,
I'm not able to have children.
right.
But then if you think about it, take it. So why was it evil? It's the fornication piece.
Yeah,
It's the masturbation piece.
right.
It's the sin that's
Yeah,
some of them has been classified as the worst kind is because it's self-inflicted.
mm-hmm.
Like you're
Right.
doing it to yourself. There's no one else involved.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's to help someone else to be like, oh well, I masturbate. Yeah. He was smoking people for spilling their seed on the ground.
Yeah, when I read it, I was like, whoa. It's like, hold on. And so, all right, so that happens. So that happens. So, like, you can only imagine, like, okay, he's got 3 sons.
Three.
Judah's got 3.
But the other one was young.
And the other one was he was really young.
Still
So
young.
basically, what Judah says is Tamar to go to her father's house. It's like, go to his father's house, go to your father's house. When he gets old enough,
I'll give him.
I'll give him to you. All right.
Take on the widowhood.
But you can only imagine Judah's like, man, 2 of my sons, they just got smoted. Like you could just feel it. You could feel this like tension, like, and so that's what happens. She leaves, and then as you're going through, it's like you realize he didn't like this is like 20 something years. Like this is a long time. He doesn't give him Shalah to her. She finds out about it. In the meantime, Judah's wife passes. He's going to go to his sheep, to go shear sheep. So he's leaving to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
She finds out.
Finds out, buddy.
So she takes her widow's garments off, puts on. Basically, they call it, like in King James, it's like a harlot, prostitute. She's basically she's going to deceive Judah, and so she waits on the road to where he was going for him. And this is where I'm like, there's no way. Like, are you serious right now? Like, this is Judah. This is Judah.
Are you serious?
And so he's on the road, right? And he sees her, but he doesn't recognize her as his daughter-in-law.
Yeah, because she got her face covered.
Because she's got the face covering on and everything, right? But in my head, I'm going like, you're going to go see a harlot. Like in my head, I'm like, you know, like in your head, this is what you're gonna do.
Right.
Really? Like, so he goes and talks to her about it. and she wants reassurance. So he's like, okay, well, I'll give you like a young sheep goat from, I'll give it. He doesn't have it, right? So she's smart. I'll give this to Tamar. She's slick. She's slick. She said, okay, well, just to ensure this, let me have your staff, your seal, and your cord or your bracelet, just for insurance purposes. That make sure I get what you said you were gonna give me.
Right. I mean, but see, so some of it is the way you said that is you said that you would give me your son.
Right. He hasn't done that.
Hasn't done that. So
Right.
then that's not to say that she didn't need to carry herself that way, but it's like, okay, look at what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
If you so it's like, okay, you already didn't keep your word, right?
Right.
With giving me the other son, but then the other side of it is, hey, you're coming and seeking a harlot,
right?
So not to do Judah like that in this instance,
Right.
but your credibility is starting to be in question.
It's in question. It is in
So
question.
I gotta treat you the way you've been treating me.
Like, yeah, when I was sitting there like, man, like really? I was like, wow, this is interesting. So that happens, right? And then basically after this is where it gets interesting, and the text kind of so it happens. He was going to go give the goat to her, right? So he has his friend go deliver this to this to her.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find her.
Can't find her.
He
where's
asked,
the harlot?
Where's the harlot? Where's the harlot?
There wasn't no harlot.
He asked the people in the town everywhere.
Wasn't no harlot. Right?
There wasn't a harlot anywhere. What are you talking about? So he goes back to Judah and tells.
There wasn't no harlot. Huh?
There was. They never knew a harlot. They never said anything. So Judah's like, well, we can't just go back and just like question them again. Like that's our credibility is gonna start going down. So let's just like keep what she has, yada yada. We'll okay. And then it gets word that Tamar,
3 months later,
yes, she's pregnant.
Oh, she took on the role of a harlot.
Right. She took on the role of a harlot, and she's pregnant.
She didn't keep her widowhood.
And this is what got me. Well, let me see if I can find it. Let's see, it was towards the end. And this is what he says. And it's like in 24. And it came to pass about 3 months after, this is King James, that it was told to Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth and let her be burnt. And I'm like, man, it was just like
off the cuff.
And I'm like, really? And so what happens then is when she was brought forth, she sent to her father-in-law, saying, by the man whose these are am I with child. And she said, discern, I pray thee, whose are these, the signet, the bracelet, and the staff? And she brought it forth. She showed him. Like it was like everything got thrown out on the table. Like, okay, you want to kill me. Here's your stuff. Guess what? And it's like, can you imagine being Judah at this point? And this is what he says. This is what got me was he said, and Judah acknowledged them and said, she hath been more righteous than I, because I gave her not to Selah, my son. He said that she's been more righteous than him.
He said it.
Like he did own up to it. And it was like, I was like, wow, like that's a lot. I was like, man. And in my head, I'm going like, this is Judah, like the tribe of Judah, like the, King David, the lineage and everything. And I'm going like, what is going on? And then you read further down in the text, she has twins.
Mm-hmm.
right? And um, what happened is one of them, it came to pass when she traveled that one put out his hand. This is when she was having the babies. The midwife took and bound upon his hand
Parade.
a scarlet thread, saying, "This came out first." And it came to pass that he drew back his hand, that behold, his brother came out. And she said, "How hast thou broken forth this breach upon thee?" Therefore his name was called Perez. And afterward his brother came out and had the scarlet thread upon his hand, and his name was called Zariah. And if you look at the lineage, and this is in Matthew 1, I think. If you look at the lineage, King David come from Perez.
Yep.
And it's like, you don't really think about it until you start looking into it. It's like, wow, this is actually like pretty important situation that happened.
So sometimes, do you think and that's where you don't want to lean onto your own understanding.
Right.
So I'm not saying this. And then you don't want to add to the word.
Right.
And you don't want to take away from the word. But if you remember, say, okay, Er was evil, Onan was wicked, right? But Judah married a Canaanite then he had those sons. What do you, Yah is smoting people.
Right.
Would it be far-fetched to say, hey, he doesn't give his son, and the reason why he was fearful that he doesn't give his son, because he might not have made it either, because it wasn't supposed to be of that line. It was supposed to be Judah and Tamar.
And that's what I got in my head. I'm like, you know what? It makes sense because it came from Judah. But his sons, Canaanite, like you're saying, it wasn't supposed to be. And so
it's like, I mean, I know it was in this account, it wasn't like, oh, well, the angel of Yah came and spoke to Tamar and told her to go on the road. Like, it doesn't say that.
It doesn't say that. Yeah.
Or, oh, the angel of Yahuwah told to go take it. None of that has happened.
None of it.
But is it in that? Is he moving behind the scenes? And certain stuff is just falling in place. I mean, does he know? Does he not know?
Right.
Why didn't Shalak be with Tamar? Is it he would have died because the line wasn't supposed to come from? And then it's so interesting when you say like, oh, Burner played the harlot. How does a woman play the harlot without a man?
Exactly, man.
No, I understand.
That's a good point.
Like, oh, back then it wasn't viewed that way. A man, right? But it's like the way he worded it. Bring her, burn her. And it's like, and then you like, oh, here's your stuff. She's more righteous than me. Yeah. But I'm just throwing it out there. How can a woman be a harlot without men?
That's
so
true.
It's like, how are men carrying themselves for women to be harlots?
Right.
You can't be one by yourself.
Yeah.
This is a take two kind of thing.
That's a really good point.
So it's so interesting. But, sometimes when you want to be like, okay, well, this happened and this happened and this happened. And is it just because he's all knowing? So everything is for the good for them that love him. So he's working out. But if somebody is evil and wicked, it's like, well, we can't let. But I would challenge some people, because if you know about some of the firstborn and some of the secondborn, because even if you say, okay, well, Zarok came out, but the way they did it, the twin that comes out first is like, oh, I'm older. It's like, man, we're talking 2 seconds, man.
Right.
But you're still the firstborn.
Right.
But the way the hand came out, So, okay, this came out first. But then how does the complete other child come out when it's like, well,
Right.
did you push them aside? Like, how does this work? How's your hand out, but then you don't come out? So, but it's to tie in to say you have to look at some of the twins, some of the firstborn, some of the
Yeah, because
how many times this
in
stuff
scripture,
takes
there's only
place.
like 2 instances of twins, right? Esau and Jacob and
Yeah,
Perez, and
right,
technically those are the only
right.
two. But it's so interesting how because it's like
But then,
the story was messy. That was messy, man. Like I could only imagine. Like you just get this reading of it, but at that time they didn't know any of this stuff. It was just happening. They didn't know this stuff was happening, like behind the scenes stuff. But like you can see it, like that's what you know. God's working behind the scenes. You're never gonna know.
yeah,
You could be in a messy situation or a bad season or something feels unclear, uncomfortable, or whatever. That doesn't mean that he's not working behind the scenes. And like that story in 38 kind of shows you like that was a really messy situation. Like you got people deceiving people, you got Judah lying about stuff or doing things he ain't supposed to be doing. Like it's just messy. But at the end of it, like God still is working through those things for his glory, for our good. And it's like it's just crazy how you can see it work in that.
so you're more righteous than me.
Right. That's crazy, man.
That's what it has to be, man.
It does. That's what it's got to be.
More righteous.
Yep. Got to have the breakthrough, man.
Yeah. Don't be out here playing the harlot.
Don't be the one. Don't be. Yeah, for sure.
Don't be out here playing the harlot, man.
So, but yeah, that's what I got on a breakthrough.
Yeah, that was
Tune in tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Till next time.
This is your co-host here, Braxton Matson, and Lee and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you've enjoyed it just as much as we did making it, but we couldn't do it without you. So please hit that like button, leave us a rating, leave us a review. Let us know what topic or subject that you would like us to talk about in your journey from mediocre to magnificent. But most of all, share it. Be the ripple effect of magnificence and know that you are magnificent in everything you do. Till next time.